All right, why don't we start off just with that news from yesterday and the video that's a lot of people think is kind of weird, maybe even cringy. The president and Jay Powell together kind of, bickering a bit in public, but the president saying he's not looking to fire Jay Powell. Does that just take away from some of that, quote unquote, wall of worry about Fed independence?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of this is just simply noise, and I think we should just focus on fundamentals. And we're very fortunate that right now we're in the thick of earnings, and we're hearing real time from companies about the economy, about the consumer, about the manufacturing renaissance that we have been seeing. And there's a lot of good things that are happening. So put this to the side. Eventually, the Fed is going to cut. Eventually, Powell will have to give up his job, and he will be replaced next spring. But so in the meantime, we focus on some of the good things that are happening to companies.
Well, earnings season is going better than expected. But I want to go back to what you're talking about. The Fed will eventually cut. We did see an upside move when it comes to the yields on the 2-year. What does that signal? And as it continue, if it continues to move higher, not as, but if it continues to move higher, does that create competition for stocks, even though they're trading at a record high?
I mean, I think it's nice to have an option and options in general, and it's always good to have a diversified portfolio. But when you have earnings growth, Frank, that are double the expectations, which is what we're seeing right now, earnings are running at about 10%. Expectations were 5%. That means estimates are going higher. And I think that's where your opportunities are. Across the board, I've been revising numbers on just about every one of the companies that I own in my portfolio. That's a really good sign, very healthy.
All right, you're calling your own play here, Steph. Your word of the day is opportunity. So where's the opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many opportunities, Frank, because this earnings season, if you don't absolutely crush it, the stocks are coming down. I think it's temporary, basically because when you have good fundamentals that come about, estimates are going higher, yet the stock's reactions are going down. That is where you have opportunity. And so I've been buying on the dips. And the reason the stocks are falling is because there are high expectations. So I totally get that. But the fundamentals are good. Numbers are going higher. That's a very, very healthy thing.
Let's get to your pick. It's Freeport McMoRan. Why is this a good buy right now?
Yeah, so this is a stock that's up 17% on the year, as you mentioned earlier, but it's also flat in the past year. And the company beat earnings both in copper and in gold, and they saw lower costs, and they raised guidance for copper in the second half of the year by 10%, which will help margins. So numbers are going higher, and yet the stock fell 5% in the past 2 days. So I still think that the global supply demand for copper is very favorable. We're at record low inventories, and this company is very levered to copper prices. For every 10 cents a pound of change in copper, that's $200 million in EBITDA. So they're very levered to that. And the reason why you're seeing copper demand be so strong is because the global environment is actually a little bit better than expected. You have EV opportunities, you have the grid, etc. So I think this one is a buy. By the way, trading at 6.5 times EBITDA versus 8 times on its historical average.
Okay, I do want to talk to you about this pick, because if you look since July 8th, when the president announced those 50% copper tariffs that take effect on August the 1st, Freeport McMoRan is actually lower by about 2%. Copper is up double digits, up over 16%, and gold's actually ticked a bit higher as well. So if this is levered to these two commodities and gold trading pretty close to its all-time high, why isn't the stock higher?
Well, I mean, I think that first and foremost, the stock has had a nice rally, though, year to date. So there's that. But I think that that's the opportunity. 74% of their revenues is tied to copper. So that's the thing that we actually care about. And so to me, I think it's the opportunity. I think the fact that the stock is flat for the past year, I think that you have a nice upside, especially as estimates are going higher.